Republican Congressman of Louisiana and House Majority Leader to the Focus. Good to see you. I want to start here because, as you may have been able to hear from the sound bites we ran, really understanding for our viewers, when the left uses the talking points of tax cuts making the rich richer, what do you say? People want to know, well, is that true? If it's not, what is the truth?
Well, good morning, Harrison. And it's sad that the Democrat Party is once again resorting just to lying. I mean, we saw this during the campaign. They use this same rhetoric, it's all about the rich, tax cuts for the rich, all that. None of it was true then, none of it's true now. Look at the bill. What the Democrats are going to be voting against, and make no mistake, every Democrat will vote no tonight on this bill. The Democrats voting no, if this bill were not to pass, would impose a tax increase, Harris, on over 130 million Americans who make less than $1 million,
yes.
Far less than $1 million. It's the middle class and lower middle income people that would get kicked in the gut if we don't renew the tax cuts from 2017. Democrat Party doesn't care about those people. They want them to get a tax hike. The rich, the millionaires and billionaires, look, Trump talked about the whole campaign. No tax on tips. Remember that? That was a promise he made everywhere. We're delivering on that. Last time I checked, Harris, Elon Musk does not work for tips. Billionaires don't work for tips. You know who does? Millions of Americans work for tips, and the average pay of those millions of Americans that will benefit from our bill, $32,000 a year is the average pay. You know what Democrats are saying to those people? They want to stick 87,000 more IRS agents on those people making $32,000 a year on average, those millions of families who are working hard. So let's be clear about who benefits from this bill, but most importantly, who gets hurt if this does not pass. If this doesn't pass, the middle class of America will get a massive tax increase. Every small business owner in America, you got a mom and pop shop on Main Street with 10 employees, they will jump up to a 43% tax rate when the big multinational corporation, the billionaires, pay a 21% tax rate. That's current law. So 21 versus 43 for your small businesses, that will crush small businesses in America. That's what Democrats want. And they're going to hold a rally for that. That's why they lost the election and they still don't get it. President Trump's fighting for working families. The House bill delivers on the mandate we got. And the Democrats are still using the same tired, false rhetoric. And the American people aren't buying it anymore.
Those numbers are so critical. Thank you for breaking it down like that. When you said no tax on tips, I bet there were some people who leaned in and turned up the volume.
Millions of people, by the way, and their average pay is $32,000.
Wow.
They hide behind the millionaires and billionaires to try to soak the middle class with higher taxes. That's what Democrats want. They've always done it. We want to keep those rates lower on those hardworking families. That's what our bill delivers.
Well, your colleague, Congressman Arrington, who chairs the House Budget Committee, wrote an op-ed published today, and here's part of it. What is the single largest driver of this crisis? Automatic, unchecked, mandatory spending. Democrats are trying to scare the nation by casting aspersions on DOGE as if the boogeyman is coming for obligated benefits. If we fail to meet this moment, we risk a full-scale sovereign debt crisis, trapping us in a vicious cycle of economic and fiscal decline. Your reaction to that?
Chairman Arrington is spot on, and he's been beating this drum for a long time, talking about reversing the curse. The curse being the massive debt that's thrown upon our country that's driving high inflation, high interest rates, the things the American people want us to reverse. The Democrats did it with all of their massive spending. When President Biden and Kamala Harris did the trillion-dollar spending bills over and over again, everybody in America knows that's what created all the massive inflation. We are trying to reverse that. How do you do it? Look, Elon Musk has been uncovering so much fraud. $2 billion he just uncovered going to Stacey Abrams' group, a pure political payoff. Her organization had literally taken in just $100 the year before, and then they win a $2 billion contract from the federal government. It wasn't, by the way, that wasn't a competitively bid contract. It was a payoff to their friends that Biden just handed over for no reason. They're not going to deliver any results for American people. It's a payoff to their friends. People are disgusted by that form of cronyism in Washington. Elon's exposing it. So yeah, they're furious. Democrats are furious that we're exposing their waste. And we're going to keep exposing the waste, Harris, and give that money back to the people in the form of lower inflation, lower taxes, and lower interest rates, where they can actually control their own destiny and restore the American dream in this country that's been under attack.
right, real quickly, do you think you'll lose everybody? Do you have all Republicans together?
Yeah, like I said, every Democrat will vote no, and it's sad because they're all voting against middle-class, hardworking families. We're united. You know, we're still working till the last minute to get the votes, but we have to get this done. Failure's not an option, Harris.
House Majority Leader Steve Scalise from the great state of Louisiana, which I saw yesterday. Thank you, sir. Good to see you.
Great being with you. Thanks.
Marty, if you just please, just look at the proof. Take a few minutes and watch the White House press briefings, and then after you're done watching it, watch your news channel and look at the difference. Watch some of the Congress. When they go in, they debated this today, and I watched the Congress do the debates, and I cannot believe Democrats spin this shit around. They want to keep taxing. Oh, never mind. You gotta look at where you're getting your news, Marty. You're getting spun, man. You gotta wake up. Most of America is waking up. There's 29% of Democrats left right now that still believe in the fucking bullshit that's going on. And to think that there was over 70% of you 4 years ago, wake up.